Hey everyone, this is Carol Ann, and I hope you all had an awesome week. And finally, after all this time, tomorrow is going to be the season 7 finale. And I'm sure, many of you are anxiously waiting for it to air wherever you are, whether you're going to be watching it on TV or, downloading it, whatever. We're all looking forward to tomorrow. And excuse my voice, but I think my allergies are kicking in, so I'm losing it, but bear with me. I just wanted to take a few minutes to discuss my feelings about season 7 and what has been going on. There has been a lot of chatter, a lot of speculations, a lot of theories going on, and it's really become, for me, mind-boggling. And unfortunately it's taken away some of the excitement of watching Doctor Who compared to season 6, season 5, whatever. And I think what's happening is we're just so anxious. There's been big breaks between the series. Instead of us having episode 1 through 13, it's broken up, and this year it's been broken up in basically a 2-year span, and it's really frustrating. And so what's happened is us fans have taken to the blogosphere and podcasts and blogging and stuff like that, and we're examining everything. We're listening to other people's opinions. We're changing our minds about episodes. We watched it and we loved it, then we hear other people's opinions, and then we say, oh, okay, we hated it too. It's just basically, it's like that timely-wimely thing that you always hear the Doctor talking about. Well, it's kind of like a timely-wimely thing in our minds, in our stomachs, because with the Doctor Who, the current series, because it's just all over the place. And because everything has been so messed up, not giving us the satisfaction of 13 episodes in a row, and then wait, and then the Christmas special, and then in the spring we have another 13 episodes, we're just so I ended up playing around the internet today, and I ended up finding a really cool article that was published on The Guardian. And the last, basically the whole article was kind of interesting, but the last few paragraphs, which I'm going to read a little later, really kind of sums up what's going on, and I think what's going on with us fans. And instead of us dealing with it and just enjoying the show, we're nitpicking every little detail, and people are saying, oh, we hate Matt Smith, and we're taking it out on him, kind of like what football fans, I'm talking about American football, not like soccer, but what football fans do to their favorite team when they're losing. Who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the quarterback. Well, when things aren't going right for Doctor Who, you're going to blame Matt Smith, or you're going to blame Moffat, and you're going to call for them to step down, and you're going to say, oh, we want Davies back, and we want David Tennant back. Well, I'm sorry, people, there is no rewinds and rewinds in real life. We're not going to be able to go back in time and get Tennant and Davies back. Matt Smith is doing a great job, and if you just sit back and watch him and think about how he's progressed as an actor and how he has progressed his role, he's fabulous. I mean, he's such a great actor, and it's been so much fun, just stepping back and thinking, how he's grown into the role. That's my opinion. I know there's other people out there that are going to hate it, but I bet this is the same thing Peter Davison went through when he replaced Tom Baker. I'm sure there was people bitching that they wanted Tom back. Well, tough. You have Peter Davison, and you just gotta deal with it. Excuse me. but if you just think, not think about what's going to come in the 50th, not think about what's going to happen tomorrow, but if you just think about what we've gotten over season 7, I ended up creating a little list here. A lot of crap has happened. A lot of stuff that, we've never gotten in previous seasons. And, if you think about it, there's a wealth of, stuff that, we never saw before. Just think about it. We had the Parliament of the Daleks. We ended up having the introduction of the Daleks' freaky human spies. Those, humans running around that, ended up getting the little, things sticking out of their heads, and basically they were the Daleks' lackeys. Before the Doctor even knew she was going to be a companion, and I'm speaking of Clara, we know that she's going to end up becoming a Dalek. The Doctor doesn't know that yet, but we do. Then, of course, you had the dinosaurs on a spaceship. And you had the Wild Wild West meets the Doctor, and then you end up getting a cyborg sheriff. How cool is that? Then you ended up having the return of UNIT, which was really cool. It was kind of like a, revamp, of UNIT. And you have the introduction of the Brigadier's daughter, Kate Stewart, who is now heading UNIT. You have the Weeping Angels in New York City. You have the Pond's Swan Song in New York City. Later on, you have these creepy little snowmen running around that were kind of freaky. You don't think of snowmen being evil. And then you ended up having the reintroduction of the Great Intelligence. You ended up having the return of Madame Vestra, Jenny, and Strax. And so far, you've had that twice. And tomorrow, it's going to be, 3 times. Third time's the charm, right? Then you have, the Spoonheads. Come on, love them or hate them. How can you not love that name, the Spoonheads? That's something that we can all joke about. I'm surprised there hasn't been t-shirts all over the place. Then you have, for the first time in a long time, we're on an alien planet, and you actually had the biggest ensemble of aliens, in one place. And that's the biggest in the whole 50-year history of Doctor Who. That's pretty cool. I watched that the other night, and, I'm still, seeing aliens that I missed the time before. Then, of course, you have, the return of the Ice Warriors, and to make that even sweet, it was on a Soviet submarine. That's sweet, Then you have, this spooky ghost slash time traveler, kind of thing, stuck in some kind of time warp or whatever. And then, of course, you had the ugliest and most coolest alien creature that we've ever seen in such a long time on Doctor Who. Romeo was but ugly, but, I can't stop watching it. Then you have, later on, you have a peek inside the TARDIS, and you get to see a couple of the rooms, and you see the Eye of Harmony and what the Doctor's library looks like. All of us wish we could have seen more, but, then again, oh well, you still saw something that you've never seen before, right? Then you ended up having Mommy Dearest meets Doctor Who. I'm talking about the Crimson Horror. That was freaky. And then to sum it all up, to end it all, last week, to hell with the Cybermats, we have Cybermites. How cool were those little buggers? So, just think of all the stuff we've had over the last, 11, 12 episodes, whatever. That's a lot of information, a lot of cool things that, we've never seen before. And, I just think us as fans, we really need to step back and remember why we like Doctor Who. Do we like it so we can nitpick and do screenshots and watch every little tiny thing on there? It's fun doing screenshots. It's fun, sharing with our friends and, sharing on Doctor Who Sanctuary, which, by the way, is the most awesomest Facebook site ever for Doctor Who fans. Just putting that out there. And, it's fun sharing all that, but do we really have to nitpick? And do we really have to psychoanalyze and take out our magnifying glasses and, look at every little tiny detail? That kind of ruins it. I mean, yeah, the devil is in the details, and it's fun imagining plots and stuff like that and trying to figure out what's going to happen, but, not when it risks us loving the show. And I think, at least for me, that's what's happened, where especially leading up to tomorrow, until recently, actually until today, I wasn't really enjoying it, and I really could care less about the 50th, but, I think what's important is we step back and just enjoy the show, enjoy the entertainment, just enjoy Doctor Who as being one of our favorite, pastimes, to get away from reality and sit down in front of the TV or the computer and just, lose yourself in the Doctor's travels. And I would now like to read those couple of paragraphs that I found. Again, this was on The Guardian. I'm going to read it on my iPhone here. The guy's name was Dan Martin who wrote this, and this was on The Guardian. I got it on my iPhone, and just bear with me. Okay, here it is. A huge amount has happened to the overall plot, with the departure of Amy and Rory getting a storyline of its own, emotional fallout and all, and Matt Smith just gets more and more magnificent. He fizzes with the comedy and stirs with the tragedy. His Doctor is a complex man. We've seen a great deal happen to him, and week after week, Smith owns it. So let's be frank, the show is as good as it's ever been, and in lots of ways it's better. I think there's something else going on here, and this is really cool. We're suffering from the pre-50th anniversary wobbles. Fans are getting so worked up about what may or may not happen in the November special that we're forgetting how to enjoy the series as it is. We're going through a hellish year-long Christmas Eve, and we're in danger of ruining things for ourselves. It's time to take a deep breath. November is still 5 months away. We've got a series finale to enjoy tomorrow, and spoiler alert, I can reveal 2 things. Moffat is not lying when he says nothing will ever be the same again, and this episode is at least a 9.5. And, there's more to it. I mean, this is a nice article if you guys want to, get on here, but that little statement that he said about, us fans are getting so worked up about what may or may not happen in November, that we really are forgetting to enjoy it. We're forgetting to enjoy Doctor Who, and, I'm making a pledge for myself. As of today, to hell with all the theories. To hell with all the, plots and twists and turns and, fish and omegas and, whatever the hell may be, and, the great intelligence and, whoever's out there. Whoever the Doctor's, evil nemesis is going to be tomorrow and leading up into the 50th, there's not a thing we're going to do about it. It's going to be what it's going to be. And as a Doctor Who fan, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love Matt Smith, and I'm just going to have a great time losing myself, in the series. And I just hope other people will do the same instead of, logging in the internet tomorrow night and bitching and moaning about this, that, and the other thing. So I hope other fans will join me and just love the Doctor, love the series, and just have a great time. So that's basically all I wanted to, bitch about. And, I'm not going to stop doing, podcasts and stuff. I enjoy talking with all of you guys, with Michael and, Graham and, Matrix Lord and, who, you guys know who you are. I forget what your names and, are online. I stink with names, so I'm really not going to remember people's handles, but I just enjoy chatting with everybody. But I think it's time that I just start enjoying the show again instead of worrying about what could or couldn't be. Alright, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to hearing you guys' opinions, and, you know, peace and love, and animals rule. Night.